I'll enter the number 8, then press enter. I'll use this as an example. For example, for the armhole depth, I'll use 21. So I'll click on it and make sure to select OK. And I'll type 21 here. For example, for the waist drop, I'll use 40. So I'll click on it and make sure to select OK. I'll type 40 here. Hello everyone, I'm Dinh Duy Cuong, a specialist in training for fashion technology applications. I have 13 years of experience working for foreign companies and 8 years of training at PDS Academy. I have successfully trained more than 1,000 students, as well as large and small businesses, both domestically and internationally. I am very happy to share my experiences in the garment industry with all of you. In today's video, I will share with you about the Google AccuMark software. This is a very suitable video for anyone who is just starting to learn about the Google AccuMark software. And if you are watching this video, please subscribe to the channel and share the video to support Dinh Duy Cuong's channel. And if anyone has watched a lot of videos, if you have already watched a lot of videos on Dinh Duy Cuong's channel but still haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button to support the channel and as a way to say thank you for my sharing on this YouTube channel. Now I will start sharing with you about the Google AccuMark software. When you install the Google AccuMark software, a lot of icons will appear on your screen. I will drag these icons out here to introduce them to you. The AccuMarks and AccuNet sections are for automatic diagram trash management, but we actually won't be using this part. This is just an icon that appears here when you install the automatic trash management feature. The AccuScan section is used to scan pattern samples that people have designed by hand, transferring them through a device into the Google AccuMark software. But if you don't have the device, you can just leave it as is. Moving forward, let's take a look at the avatar editor section. If you utilize the 3D feature of the Google software suite, you can use this avatar editor to adjust the various size parameters of the mannequin. Next, we have the AccuMark V16 section. This essentially means that when you install the Google AccuMark software, it will automatically display this folder on your system. And we'll just leave this folder here for now and not use it. Next is the Queen Submit section. This is the section that manages the diagrams, the automatic diagrams. So we also frequently open this to manage our diagrams. Next is the Easy Marking section. This is the specific section for diagram trash in the Google software suite. So whenever we have diagram trash, we'll use this easy marking section. Next is the pattern design section, which is where we design, edit vertical templates and perform grading. Up key. Pattern design is commonly abbreviated as PDS. Right? Next is the AccuMark Explorer section. This is the part that manages the entire system, manages specific details and designs, manages customer orders and manages models, detailed statistics, and efficiently manages all the diagrams within it. So when you're learning, you only need to pay attention to these 4 icons for me. As for these other icons, just set them off to the side for now. We won't be needing to use them yet. We'll only be using these 4 icons. So when you first start using the Google Maps software, you should first create a workspace. It is quite similar to how you operate when you work on a Windows computer. You would typically create a new folder to organize your files, right? Similarly, in the Google Maps software, you will also need to create a workspace, or you could simply call it a folder. Next, you will need to open up the section labeled Maps XPD. Just click on it, and a specific Maps XPD window will appear on your screen for you. Now, please keep in mind that this is Google version 16, everyone. This is version 16. Which is a brand new release, so you might notice that the interface looks a bit different from the versions you are currently using. If you happen to be using version 16 or 17, it will look like this. Alright, okay. And to create a workspace, you'll do the following. You will click on the specific storage drive that you see displayed right here. Click on the drive and then look over at this area. This area in the middle. You'll right-click here, and then you'll click on New and Store. Right here in this specific field, you will need to enter the unique name of your workspace. For example, if you happen to be working with a client named Nay, you should type that client's name directly into this box. This folder will then be designated with the client's name. I have noticed that many of you tend to name the folder, or what you might call the workspace, after a specific product code. If you choose to do that over the course of a full year, you will inevitably have a vast number of product codes, which means you will end up with a huge amount of folders, making it extremely difficult to find specific things later on. Therefore, I highly recommend prioritizing naming your folders after the client's name, which I personally find to be the most suitable and organized method. As for the individual product codes, we have very simple ways to find them. You can just type the code into the search bar and everything related will show up immediately. At this point, go ahead and click OK, and then click on the workspace we just created. You will see that the workspace we just made is currently completely empty. It does not have any data or files in it yet. Now we need to carefully copy the settings from other existing workspaces into this brand new one. With Google software, this process is a bit more complicated and involved than it is with other types of software. So even after successfully creating the workspace, you will still need to manually copy data from other pre-configured workspaces into this one for it to function correctly. Please click on the three-dot button on the right side, then select the specific data sections at the top here. Carefully choose Annotation Block, Limit, Marker Plot, Note, Bit Plot, and the Room Table for me. Select all of these for me. After that, please click the Apply button for me, and then switch to another workspace. For example, let's switch to an old workspace, like the BDS Academy workspace. After that, click on a specific detail, then click on Cut Leg A. Next, right-click, select Copy from the menu, and then navigate over to the workspace we just created. Right-click there, and then right-click once more, and then click Paste. That's all there is to it. And at this point, if your computer already has some data stored, it will ask you whether you want to overwrite it or not. If this dialog box doesn't appear, then just ignore it. But if this dialog box does appear, you should click S2O. This way, everything we've just selected will be copied from the old workspace to the new one for you. Okay, at this step, we will click on this 3-dot or 4-dot button, and we can deselect all of these options. First, we will carefully select these specific options: marker, model, order, and also pitch, and then simply click the OK button. Now, as you can see, this is a completely new workspace and we do not have any data imported yet, so it is currently blank just like this. Now, we will proceed to open the PDF section in order to create a new path and set up some of the basic details. Next, you will need to open the PDF button design section. Go ahead and click on that specific part. Since this is version 16, the user interface might look a little bit different than before, right? Now let us go ahead and create this path together. First, go to the Edit section, then navigate over to Customize. Click on the small triangle icon located there, and then click on Favorite. At this point, please select the Path section for me. Choose the specific drive where you just created the new workspace. Here, I will select the drive. Next, I will go ahead and select the workspace, the specific one that we have just finished creating. Below this, you can opt to choose a note or any other marker you might want. And below this, for Room Table, you can select any Room Table you want. For example, I'll choose a Room Table M, okay? Apply, Save, and OK. So you are required to make these selections. That way, when you design any detail, it will be placed exactly in the workspace we want. Here, we continue by setting up the measurement units. Because if we don't set up the measurement units from the beginning and later on we use the wrong units, then all the specifications in our designs will be incorrect. You will click exactly as I did just now, and you will see that there is an Edit section located right here. You will click as I did and then navigate to the User Environment section. At this point, you will see a User Environment window appear on your screen, and you will clearly see the path leading to the rotary dial and line. The path should look exactly like this to be considered correct. Here, if you are currently using inches for your project, you will choose Imperial, just as I did. If you are using centimeters instead, you will choose the magic symbol located below. You can simply leave it as the default setting. Then you will click Save and close this window entirely. That is how you successfully select the unit of measurement. Now, let's start getting familiar with the various commands in the Google search results. If you want to create a new rectangle, you will go to the Credit section. On the right side, you will see a column called Pin. Within each individual pin, there will be an option for Rectangle. You can use the shortcut key F6 to click on it quickly. To create a rectangle, you will first click on the command line. Then you will click on the workspace and slowly move the mouse. You will see that we are creating a rectangle just like this. Now, if you want this rectangle to have your specific desired parameters, you will click the left and right mouse buttons simultaneously. Use two fingers, one finger on the left mouse button and one finger on the right mouse button, and click them at the exact same time. On the right side, the X-axis and Y-axis fields will appear, where you can manually enter the parameters. If you do not click the left and right mouse buttons at the same time, this menu will not appear. For example, I will create a rectangle with an X-axis value of 65. Please note that the X-axis is horizontal and the Y-axis is vertical. For example, let's say I want to create a rectangle with dimensions of 65 and 25. Okay, then after typing those values, I will click OK. At this point, Google Earth will ask what we want to name this specific detail. You will enter the name right here. For example, I will name this detail 2025. First, we enter the code name. For example, the code name is 2025 at 101.16. I will give an example. Next here, we will name it properly. For example, if we are making the main fabric, we will have main here. And for the name of this detail, I will take text as an example. For example, the front body, and we can write the number here. This is the standard naming convention. After that, you will click OK. If you want to display the name on this image, you will go to the view section and you will see a small pin info. You will see the name here. Next, you will go to the commands to draw the line. Then you will go into the create section. For example, if you want to lower the position of the neckline, armhole, or waistline, pay attention to the line option here. The offset function is actually for copying parallel lines. And if you want to copy a parallel line, you will click on offset event and you will click on the line you want to copy. First, right click the mouse, then simply click the OK button. At this point, you'll see over here, there's a line. This means that we will have a specific distance here. For example, if you want to lower the neckline by 5, you will type that value into the box on the left. And for the left side, you will see that we have the corresponding letter, For the sake of this demonstration, let's consider the number 7 or 8. Actually, let's go with 8. I'll use 8 as our primary example here. For the armhole depth, I'll use 21. So I'll click it and select OK. Then I'll enter 21. For the waist drop, I'll use 40. So I'll click it, select OK, and enter 40. You just follow this method. You can utilize this specific command in exactly this manner. In the following lessons, I'll share more advanced and complex commands. And if you want to learn about the Google software in a more professional and detailed way than what you've seen so far in this video, you can check out the comprehensive course at PDS Academy. You can go to Google and type the keyword online PDS, and it will automatically direct you to the official PDS Academy website. Click on the PDS Academy website link, then click on the Courses button. At that point, you'll see all the various courses available at PDS Academy listed here. You can click on each individual course to carefully review the detailed curriculum and see which specific course is most suitable for your needs. The courses at PDS Academy are tailored to different entry levels and purposes, and they also have different tuition fees. The tuition fees can range from 1 million to 15 to 20 million, depending on the course. If you're interested in any course, you can message me via Zalo at this phone number. I will then advise you so you can enroll in the course you want. And don't forget to click subscribe to support Dinh Duy Cuong's channel. Goodbye and see you in the next sharing videos.